Hi everyone, welcome to Stretch. I'm Michelle. Today, about 30 minutes of stretching. A little more focus on neck and shoulders today. We may be sitting more than we're used to, and with this great weather, we're out doing some yard work, and maybe we use some muscles we forgot we had. So equipment, mat, a block if you have it. If you don't have a block, books. Not required to have the block, just helpful. Sometimes it helps us stretch just a little more. Today we'll start off in a comfortable cross-legged position. Comfortable is usually legs folded, not stacked, so that you're not sitting on your feet. Walk your buttocks back so you're on your sits bones, not your tailbone. You can tell if you're on your tailbone because you're probably leaning back. Engage your core, nice and tall, we're sitting. Imagine there's a string between your sits bones and your top of the head. And your shoulders, bring them up to your ears, away from your ears, and then down. And just sitting here for a few moments, letting your hips relax in this cross-legged position. Let the tension melt away. If you're finding this is difficult, this is when you can put your blocks or your books underneath your knees. And we'll start off with a spinal twist. Right hand comes right behind your body, tented fingertips if you're leaning back, and let's sit straight up. The left hand to your right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, twisting from your torso, then your ribs, then your head. Both hips staying firmly rooted on the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, maybe you can twist 2 more inches to the right. Actually feels like maybe we're wringing out our side body slightly. Baby Desmond is joining us today. And to come out of this, engage your core. Left hand on your left thigh, right hand on your right thigh. Go ahead and bring your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze them nice and tight, 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 tight. And let it go. And extend your legs out in front. Zip those legs together. Kick your heels out. Toes pointed straight up in the air. So it looks like this. Hands comfortably by your side. If you can't reach the floor, that's okay. Some of us may have shorter arms. Others with longer arms can get their palms down. Inhale your arms up, or if this doesn't feel good, you can walk your hands out your thigh. Folding from your hips, reaching towards me or walking your hands out. Fold, fold, fold. When you can fold no further, hold onto your shins, ankles, or feet, and let your head hang. Releasing through that neck. Don't try to hold your head up. Let it go. Hamstrings. Releasing through your back in a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Keep kicking your heels out. Toes pointed straight up. Some of you with the flexibility may be able to get your elbows to the mat, but don't force it. We also don't want to be pulsing. That actually puts more strain on your back. And to come out of this, engage your core and either walk your hands back up your leg or inhale your arms up. And exhale those arms down. And then go ahead and recross the legs with the opposite leg fold in front. And you'll know what that is because it probably feels a little funnier to you. One more time. Squeeze those shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze it tight, 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 tight. And let them go. This time, left hand comes right behind you. Thumbs touching your tailbone. And elongate that spine. Remember that string from your tailbone straight through the top of your head. Right hand to left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twisting from the torso, then the ribs, then the head. Gaze falls over the left shoulders. Keep elongating. We don't want to dump into the lower back. Elongate. I'm looking at you so you can hear me. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Maybe you can twist 2 more inches to the left, bringing out that left side body. And to come out of this, engage your core. Right hand to the right thigh, left hand to the left thigh. One more time, shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze them tight, 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 tight. And let it go. Extend those legs out in front of you. Shake them out. And then go ahead and recross the legs with the opposite leg forward. Facing you again. Sitting nice and high on those sits bones so that it's a nice C curve to your back. So be rounded forward. We don't want to be leaning back. Centered. And working through some face circles. And I say face circles because we're not doing huge neck circles. Just gently moving your face around clockwise. Feel good on your neck. Maybe some crunching going on. You call them Rice Krispies. Or maybe it sounds like when you're popping the little bubble wrap. And close your eyes and just rotate your face clockwise, counterclockwise. It doesn't matter. And a couple more breaths. We're going to do the other side. And next time your chin is towards your chest, other way. You can open your eyes. Some people get dizzy doing this. I'd be one of them. And breathe. Working out the kinks. Couple more rotations. And next time your chin is towards your chest, hold it there. And chin parallel to the floor. One more time, extend those legs right up in front. Kick your heels out. Turn to the side again. And go ahead and bend your right knee towards your chest. Hugging it in, sitting nice and tall, not collapsing. Crossing that right foot over the left leg onto the left side of that left thigh. If that's not comfortable for you, stay here. Otherwise, go ahead and pick up that right foot and plant it on the floor next to that left leg. Hugging that leg in. Some of you may be able to wrap that left arm around. Some can even get their elbow. I cannot. Hug that left leg in, right leg, sorry. However it's comfortable for you. Right hand comes right behind. You can have tented fingertips. Keep hugging that left knee in as you twist. I'm sorry, I keep saying left. You're hugging your right knee and twist from the torso. Everyone's flexibility is different. Keep those hips firmly rooted. Elongate. Hugging that right leg. Kicking that left heel out. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And to come out of this, right hand comes back to the right thigh. Left hand comes face front. Go ahead and pick up that right foot if you crossed it over. And then lengthen it back out. And if you need to, just straighten those legs out. Stretching out the other side. Bend that left knee. Foot on the floor, hugging your left leg in. If you're okay here, keep hugging that left leg right where it is. Kick your right heel out, toes up, long spine. Pick up that left foot and cross it over so it's right by the right thigh. Foot positioning doesn't matter so much as long as you're elongated and all four corners of that foot is in the mat. We don't want it lifted, so closer, farther away, wherever's good for you. Right arm either holds on to the left knee, wraps you around that right knee, left hand comes right behind you, elongate, twisting from the torso to the left. It's the torso, then the ribs, then the chest. Breathe. Stretching out our hips here, lower back, elongate. Breathe. I'm facing you so you can hear me. One more breath, inhale. As you exhale, maybe you can twist 2 more inches to the left. To come out of this, engage your core. Body faces the front. Pick up the left foot, bring it on the other side. Extend it out. Go ahead and shake it out. And we'll do some counter poses for, we have been doing some forward bending and some twisting. So come on down to a lying position. Legs extended out right in front of you, about hip width apart. Hands face down on the mat. And go ahead and walk those feet in as close as you can to the buttocks. If you have tight thighs, like I do, it's awful difficult to get them any closer. Do the best you can. Engage your core so your lower back is in the mat. And tuck your chin as if you were holding an egg. Palms down. Press your feet into the mat and lift your hips. We don't want to roll all the way on our neck. Just press through the heels, your feet, and squeeze your buttock. Engage your core and don't look towards me. Breathe. We don't want to damage our neck. Keep pressing up. Engage that core. Breathe. Couple more breaths. To come out of this, 1 vertebrae at a time, starting with your upper back, roll back, down. And your knees, hug them into your chest. Wherever it's comfortable for you. If it's comfortable for you to hold the back of your legs, hold there. If it's comfortable holding your knees, that's okay. Wherever's right for you. Lift your chin and nose towards your knees and give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe your nose gets to your knees. It's not required. And then go ahead and release those legs, feet on the mat. Roll the upper body back down. Lengthen those legs back out. And then go ahead and roll back over into a hands and knees position. Your hands right under your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back. Fingers are spread wide as you can comfortably get them. Knees are right under your hips, hip distance apart. That's about 2 fists, no more than 2 fists. Gaze is straight down at the mat. Turn your toes, lift your knees, and press back into downward dog. Heels drive towards the mat. It's okay if your heels don't get all the way down there. Keep pressing away with your hands as your hips drive to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And go ahead and nod your head yes. And go ahead and shake it new. Get those crunchies out again. And let your head come to rest. Bend your knees and place them back on the mat. Roll your shoulders away from your ears and go ahead and sit back. And if you need to, shake those wrists out, rotate them around, maybe the other direction, both at the same time. You can do one at a time. This is Roscoe. Of all the cats I have, he is the least helpful. And let that wrist rotation come back to rest. And we'll come back into that tabletop position. Some cat-cow, stretch out our back. Engage your core. As we inhale, tuck your chin and your tail into angry cat. And as you exhale, roll through your upper back, middle back, lower back as you drop your belly and lift your chin, chest, tail. And exhale and tuck your chin, tuck your tail, and keep moving through. Today I'm going to be moving a little slower. Used my neck and my back a little more than I usually do. I'm going to take advantage of this stretch and try to get full movement through, especially my upper back. You move through however it's comfortable for you. Whatever the motion is, it should feel good. We never want to stretch to the point of pain. Couple more times. And after your next inhale, come back to that tabletop position. And we'll work on stretching out our shoulders. Make sure your core is engaged. Inhale, that right arm straight up. And as you exhale, thread that right arm through underneath your body and reach as far as you can to the left. And then place your right shoulder on the mat. And if you can, your right side of your head. Keep pressing away with your left hand and reaching with the right. Try to keep your hips square. We don't want to dump all the way to the right. Keep reaching with that right hand. To come out of this, engage your core. Press into your left hand. And inhale that right arm back up. And exhale the right hand back under your shoulders and reset. Engage your core. Inhale, left arm up. And as you exhale, thread that left arm through underneath your body to the right in line with your left shoulder, and then place your left shoulder and left ear on the mat. It's okay if your left ear doesn't come all the way flush. Keep reaching with that left hand, pressing with the right. Avoid collapsing onto the left side. Breathe. To come out of this, press into your right hand, engage your core, and inhale. Left arm up, and exhale. Left hand back down. Then we'll move into a wide-legged forward fold, so coming back to a seated position. Start off with your legs straight out in front of you, and then open your legs to the side as wide as you comfortably can get without cramping, and that your legs aren't flopping. So this is an active stretch. Kick your heels out. Toes are pointed straight up. Roll your shoulders away, and you might want to start being here so you have your sits bones rooted into the mat and you're not leaning forward or back. And then walk your hands out in front, folding from the hips, just a couple inches to start off with. See how that feels. Roll your shoulders away. Maybe today you said, oh, I can open up my legs a little further. Or maybe you're saying, today's not the day for my legs to be this wide. Whatever works for you. Stay here for a couple more breaths. And maybe walk those hands out away from you. A couple more inches and hold it here. Engage your core. We don't want to let go of our core. Shoulders away from your ears. Chin slightly tucked. And if you're good here, stay here. Maybe you can walk your hands out 2 inches more. And this time, walk out as far as you can. Make sure you're folding from your hips. And when you've reached as far as you can, let your head hang. Some of you may be able to get your shoulders. How about your elbows? You can get your elbows on the mat. Wherever you are is where it's right for you today. We're stretching out a little bit of groin, hamstrings, lower back. Remember to let your head hang. We're being kind to our neck today. And breathe. Maybe you can walk your hands out 2 more inches. Let your head hang. And to come out of this, engage your core. And go ahead and walk your hands in. And bring your legs together. And we'll finish off with a little upper body stretch. So coming into a seated position, if you can, bending your knees, feet are flat, seated position. If you have a folded towel, or if it's uncomfortable for you, your block, you can always do this. Extend your arms right out front. Cross the right arm over the left and interlace them into eagle arms. Pressing your elbows up so that they're in line with your shoulders. I'm moving so you can see. Pressing the palms together if you can. If you can't, back of your hands. and then press your arms away from you. Sitting nice and tall, breathe. Nice upper body stretch here. You should feel it through your upper back. It's not pain. No pain. If you're not sure, smile. If you can smile, then it's all good. A couple more breaths. And go ahead and unwind those arms. Bring them down. And we got to cross on the other side. So go ahead and bring those arms up. This time cross the right over the left over right, sorry. Either back, the hands are together, or palms facing each other, pressing. Lift your elbows up if you can, so they're in line with your shoulders, and then press your hands away. Engage your core. Breathe. Nice upper back stretch here. Nice deep full breaths. Engage your core, unwind your hands, and then bring them back down. One more time, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze it tight, 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 tight. And let it go with a big exhale. 2 deep breaths to end the class. Inhale your arms up. Exhale them down. One more time. Inhale your arms up. And exhale them down. And thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, always drink plenty of water. Never stretch to the point of pain if you're ever watching these classes again. Again, can't wait to see you guys. Miss you. Be well.